This presentation addresses how a civil engineering and highway maintenance company like Mural Construction Limited can use technology and IT services. So, an introduction to the company. It is a civil engineering and highway maintenance contractor. Last year they had a slight loss in sales from the previous year, although it was only 0.03%. They currently have 58 employees. They have both B2B and B2C customers, and they currently only have a limited use of IT. So what is the importance of IT in sales and marketing? In sales, the first main point is that it's used for customer service. They also can use it for online booking and payment methods. It reduces human error and also allows updates for both clients and between departments. In terms of marketing, it allows for web-based promotion such as social media, market research and customer relationship management or CRM, and can communicate easily across the world between different offices and clients. The introduction of technology into small or medium enterprises has drastically affected their organisational structure, creating a space for the introduction of sales and marketing teams to manage this. On the other hand, there is also an argument that the management of sales and marketing can now be done solely using technology, which can reduce the need for specific teams, thus saving the company money. So what is the current situation like with technology for Mural contractors? They do have a limited use of IT services, although they have a basic website displaying the services. They have a commercial team and a procurement team, but also a lack of promotion and limited funding to get big technological expensive services on board. Therefore, I have recommended 4 main suggestions. Firstly, they could introduce the use of social media. They also need to update their website to stay competitive in a market where companies have more advanced and professional looking websites. They also need to introduce customer relationship management. And another idea is that they can incorporate mobile technology to enable manual workers to communicate with head office. In terms of social media, there are 2 main platforms that I would recommend, which are LinkedIn and Twitter. These seem the most suitable as they can update customers on the growth of the organisation as well as show live examples and case studies of current work to entice more customers. It also allows the growth of business-to-consumer customer base and can provide live updates of current work. It also adds another channel of communication between not only the manual workers and head office, but the manual workers and the clients. So for the website, I have suggested that they update their accreditations. In this section currently, they have examples of papers including health and safety, which would be shown to their customers. These need to constantly be updated to keep up to date with regulations. They could also provide more contact information on the Contact Us section, including social media links which they would set up. This would show that the customer can contact them in several different ways, which may also want them to hire their services. Another option is that they could perhaps introduce a live chat tool so clients can ask any questions and the company can reply quickly and efficiently, meaning they do not have to wait for emails to be seen and answered. They would just have somebody working for the customer service team, which would be monitoring this tool at all times. Another tool they could introduce onto the website is online booking and payment methods, and providing a list of different options they provide. Also, they could supply a case study section with before and after photos, so the client has some sort of information, example of what they could do for them. Furthermore, they could introduce an FAQ section, or frequently asked questions, which would enable them to put more keywords on the website that people may search for and increase their search engine rankings, making the website more accessible. In terms of customer relationship management, Kotler and Armstrong state that CRM is concerned with managing detailed information about individual customers and all customer touch points to maximize customer loyalty. It can also be defined as an alignment of strategy, processes, and technology to manage customers and all customer-facing departments and partners. I would recommend that they use customer relationship management in-house and do not outsource for another company to do it for them. Although it may make it easier if they outsourced, it's probably going to be more accurate, as they can just update it themselves and do not have to go through a third-party company. Customer relationship for mural contractors would allow the company to create a database of all customer information and keep track of their past, previous, and current work that they have done for them. It would also allow them to keep track of potential customers and their details. An example of a way they could do this is if they wanted to directly contact potential customers, they could find out when their building would perhaps need some updating, or they would need some maintenance work done, and to keep that in this database. And then when the time becomes close to that, they could then reach out and see if they would like their services at that point in time. Lastly, I'd like to address mobile technology. This would create a channel of communication between head office and the manual workers. It also allows live updates to be passed on, not only from the manual workers to head office, but also to the customers, so they can see directly what work is going on for them and if it is up to standard. I also had the idea of creating an app which the manual workers could download onto their phones, which would link to the computers in the head office. One of the main key features on this app would be a shopping list type tool, which would have all the different types of equipment needed to be used on the list, and if they used one piece of equipment, they would simply tick that they had used it, which would then go to the resources and show that something has been used, then going forwarded to the supplier, which would then automatically send one to the office, and the warehouse would always stay fully stocked. They would never run out of anything. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please look at the presentation notes.